All right, Jeremy here, Jeep Unlimited Parts Breakers. Obviously, this isn't a Jeep part, or is it a Jeep for sale? And it is super windy, and I always seem to time my videos with super windy days. So I apologize, but I'm running out of time on getting this up because I had the ad going on Sunday. So I think it's does anybody a disservice buying something like a vehicle or even a Jeep part, especially a big one. So one thing I want to show real quick, it's super windy. These are wind resistant cabinet doors. So this has got a lot of cool features on it. It's a Duramax, blah, blah, I'll go over that. But I really want to show these doors for this utility box because I know this is going to be a big driving sales point for people. Not just the wind resistant doors, but just this utility of this bed. And then I'll talk about everything else on it. So yes, it's a nice, how do you say it? Knapheide or Knapheide? I don't know how to say this name, but anyway, it's a good brand and they're not cheap. So, so lots of space, this is a little slanted, but it's just because it's not set in here right. But you can set these to each level. They have different levels in here, and you can put, I mean, I'm not going to get into too many details on this. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of neat stuff in them. So, let's see. So that's what that is. That's the doors. They're nice. They click. They lock in place. I don't have the keys for them, so you'll have to either call this company and get keys made for them, or replace the tumblers, I guess. I know that's something somebody's going to want to do, especially if you're putting expensive tools in this thing. So it is a possibility. They're easy to do. There's not much to them. So they're as easy as just that little guy. Actually, that one's loose. I can actually tighten it right now. That gets pulled, you pull this pin and then those come out, and you can order these online, not a big deal. So okay, but again, you see how this got this big old spring on it? That makes it so the wind can't grab these. Now hurricane winds, probably not hurricane proof, but for the most part, most of the wind we have around here or most places are going to be just fine. So big old nice tray here, and the way these are built, you could probably put, especially this guy, because it's got an extra one here, there. So I mean, this has got probably a decent amount of weight that it should take. So, and then there's your rod there. So this one's actually disconnected. So I'm not going to monkey with that just because I don't want to lock us out of this thing. But nonetheless, that's all there. Okay, they close nice and shut. So I'll get into this bed a little bit because it didn't come off of this, but we did put it on this. So it does have, this is a kind of a unique van. It's got a pass-through cab on it. So that is open there, and that door slides. It's got a track on the bottom of it. And so if you want to get in. Now, for some of you looking as a utility or work van, it's probably not a huge driving force. But for somebody looking for a camping van, especially a badass one, this is it. Because you could pass through from your cab, set this thing up. I mean, I thought about a few different ways, which is actually how I acquired this, to set this up. But this ended up doing something else. So, okay, there you go. You put long rods or fishing poles, whatever you want. You got both sides down here. It's got a ladder rack. Well, that one's not open. Let's see. Okay, I'll have to have both hands for that. That one feels like it's a little stuck, but anyway, okay, and then again, you got drawers you can put in here. It's just modular is what I'm trying to say. So, okay, and then again, lots of cabinets. I mean, more cabinets than you probably could use for a recreational. Oh, man, I'll go out on my finger. Okay, and then if you want a model number for this guy, right here. Okay, otherwise, and that's going to come up with probably a different model, because when I bought this guy out of Arizona, and it was just cab chassis, and then I wanted a utility box, and so I found that guy. It was secondhand, but and I got it for a decent deal. I mean, I would have liked to pay maybe a little less for it, but it's all good. Again, I had intention of doing something different with it. It's a 2014 Duramax diesel van. Not easy to find, and it had overload springs that were just absolutely brute springs. And that's possible. Maybe it was a delivery truck. It's hard to say what this thing was. We actually thought maybe it was an ambulance. And an ambulance because it has where they used to have sirens. So I think this probably was that. And that's, look, I'm on with the fire department. There's not many better vehicles you can buy out there than fire vehicles. And why do you think that is? Well, because firemen, they take care of things way better than any other branch of government. I mean, that's all we do is take care of, we just maintenance on everything. When we're not going on calls, we're doing maintenance. So especially the new guys. So, and that's not what I do full time. This is just a volunteer thing I do, but I own a yard here. But anyway, so this thing, it does sit up a little bit higher in the rear. And there's a couple things I was going to do with that. One, I was going to lift the front up to make it kind of sit up higher for clearance. And now you can definitely do. It's got coil springs on the front, so you could definitely go that route. And the other reason I like that is because if you're going to use this for tools for a company, you can load the shit out of this thing, excuse my French, and not do much to that rear spring. I mean, it'll settle down almost perfectly level, and you'd be pressed to find that thing to ever sag, especially if you do that and you're pulling a heavy trailer. So, but on that note, there is something. This was a single rear wheel utility box van. And so these wheels do stick out a little ways. And there's a few different ways. If you look at dually setups, they have flares you can get. You can get conversion kits, or you can go back to a single rear wheel axle. I would say that's probably the least way I would do it. But definitely as far as this stuff goes, these guys are going to come upon me when I'm making a video here. So we'll see. Hey, I'm making a video. Are you good? You gonna give him a ride? Sweet. I'm selling this, so I'm making a video. All right. Our scrap guys came in today, and people always call me. My guys always know not to call me but it's like a rule of thumb. They call me right when I'm doing the video. So anyway, again, a couple things that you're probably going to want to run a flare on it. If you look up dually flares for trucks that have had like welding beds on them, there's some really nice ones out there. You can either make them yourself if you're skilled like that. If you're not, you can buy some. So this was a single rear wheel. Like I said, that's why it sits where it does. But I liked that, and I liked it because I didn't know if I was going to keep the dually on this or if I was going to go to single rear wheel. And I definitely didn't want a, single rear wheel with a dually bed, and then you looks really weird. So there's give and take with that, but I like the way this one came out, and this was one of the ones I was looking for, specifically that brand, just because they're made so friggin' quality. And again, call that company and just price one of those guys out if you have any ideas. Those things new are not cheap. So, but with that said, again, it was a gasser single rear wheel van box initially. So we put the filler neck in, that's your diesel, and then this is your def. If it was me, I would be deleting that. And we're not in an emission area over here, but I did not want to limit my market if I ever sold it, which we're selling it. And that is all emission compliant and still legal the way it came from the factory. Nothing's been deleted on this thing. So if you want to have at it, then by all means have at it. And that's the first thing you can take off, and then you can just put a panel back in here. And I'll tell you how easy that is, because the guys initially set this one up a little lower and they had to fill it in. So you can't even tell that there's even a spot there at all. So just some food for thought, okay? So lots of ways you can customize this thing. Again, 2014, only 118,000 miles on this Duramax, and it's all bone stock, all meticulously cared for. Super nice, interior's beautiful, doesn't smell like smoke, doesn't have any weird, stains or tears. It's in really, really good shape. There's your pass-through door. Ow, fudge, that door grabbed my shin. Oh, okay, I'm good. I should have known better. Anyway, no smoke, that smoke doesn't do anything like that. So we'll get it. I just got a brand new battery in it. There's all your warning lights. Come on, show that they work. That flashing, you probably already know what this is, but the speed of the camera lens is why they flash like that. So There's your mileage, and I was hoping it would catch. There it is. So if you watch it long enough, you'll see all the digits. It doesn't actually flash like that. It's just the lens, the speed of the lens here. So, but look at that. No engine lights, your seatbelt lights on, of course. Great oil pressure. Battery's good. It's brand new. Fuel's good. Just put a half tank in it. It's got AC in it. The dash is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the dash. I mean, it's got plenty of storage inside here. I even threw my little fridge in. I have a little electric fridge. It freaking rocks. If you ever need a recommendation for one of those, they're killer. So power windows, power locks, power mirrors. Okay, it's got everything you'd want on it for sure. So, all right, I'll get some photos in here, and then I'll show you. Let's see, this was a little sticky last time I was messing with it. There we go. Here. So look at that, bone stock, clean, super clean. A little dusty right now, but just absolutely beautiful how clean it is. There you go, see? Emergency personnel. So, and then those are your, and we messed with them for a little bit because we thought it'd be fun to drive around and be able to blow the siren, but I think they've deactivated those enough that it's possible to get them hooked back up, but my guys, they're on the clock. I didn't want to mess with that thing more than they already were, so. Okay. Yes, and these are very, very rare. I assure you, there's the damming and everything. I mean, the Duramax pans are not common. And it's pretty much all I drive as far as my big trucks go. We have that guy, Duramax, and then my long bed Duramax, and one more down there, Duramax. So I used to be a huge Cummins guy. And I do still like Cummins, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go and beat up, but I hate the brand of Chrysler since Stellantis bought it. Dodge is now they call it, and I guess they're Rams now, but the rest of the truck would just fall apart around that motor. And this it's got an outstanding transmission, 6-speed automatic. That buzzing's big. Okay, and good stereo, everything in this thing too. So anyway, that's about it. I got a fire training tonight, so I'm gonna run, but everything's listed online. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I just had them respray it because it had orange. I have a picture of it if you'd like to see a bit before. But it had an orange stripe and gray, and it was okay. But I just wanted to have a nice white. That way somebody had a fresh to start with. There's one last thing I want to emphasize. Do not mess with rusty shit, okay, period. So this has not got a spot of rust on anything. Not the frame, not the cab, not the chassis, not the box, nothing, okay? And that's the only way we sell our Jeep parts. That's part of the reason we've been doing it for 21 years. We're proud of our stuff we sell, and I don't sell rusty junk. And I know a lot of people out there live in rust belts, you know, East Coast. That's okay. We can get you something nice, rust-free stuff, you know. Send it out your way. That's where most of our parts go. And that's likely where this might go. Who knows? I mean, something like this might sell just locally because utility box vans, especially with diesels, like I said, are so rare. So it's up on eBay. I'll leave it up there for a week. If it doesn't sell for what we want on it, and we're not asking for a gold mine on it, we're just asking for something modest, which is less than I have. What am I asking is less than I have in this whole thing. So that's going to be what you're going to see it at. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, let us know. But it's ready to rock, and everybody always asks, could I get in it, drive it to Florida or Alaska? Heck yeah, this thing is ready to go. I mean, you can drive this thing anywhere you want. Only thing I would probably do with it if I was going to be driving it across the country, and I guess it's not a big deal, it's the first time, but I just try to get some weight in the back, because like I said, it is a little heavy duty on the rear as far as the springs go. But compared to driving those things, those Kodiaks, which I love the truck, great trucks, but boy, those things ride like a freaking dump truck, like a 1970s dump truck. They look great, and they're cool trucks, but they are awful riding. This thing's got independent front suspension on it with coil springs, so it's going to be cush. And really, the only areas you're going to feel a little bit is in the back. But coupled with that front coils is nothing. Is easy peasy. So, all right, Jeremy here. Give me a call if you have any questions. 970-208-7610. Clean title, okay? Nothing wrong with that, and we're ready to rock. Thanks, guys.